guys, good night. This is day 443, Rome 1 to 10. Alif-Lãm-Mĩm. The Romans have been defeated in a nearby land, yet following their defeat, they will triumph within 3 to 9 years. The whole matter rests with Allah before and after victory, and on that day the believers will rejoice at the victory willed by Allah. He gives victory to whomever He wills, for He is the Almighty, most merciful. This is the promise of Allah, and Allah never fails in His promise. But most people do not know. They only know the worldly affairs of this life, but are totally oblivious to the hereafter. Have they not reflected upon their own beings? Allah only created the heavens and the earth and everything in between for a purpose and an appointed term. Yet most people are truly in denial of the meeting with their Lord. Have they not traveled throughout the land to see what was the end of those destroyed before them? They were far superior in might. They cultivated the land and developed it more than these ever have. Their messengers come to them with clear proofs. Allah would have never wronged them, but it was they who wronged themselves. Them most evil was the end of evildoers for denying and mocking the signs of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Again, this is a specific surah about Romans actually, but during the time where Muslims were having a lot of problems and disbelievers were mocking with the Prophet and with the Mu'mins, and during that period of time Romans and Persians were fighting each other, and Persians were getting upper hand, and they actually captured the Jerusalem. And also during that time they got that holy cross where supposedly Jesus crucified with. So disbelievers were mocking and saying that, as you know, you call Romans people of the book, but looks like God is not helping them and things like that. They were just mocking, and they were happy that Persians conquered the Romans. But here it says, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, in 3 to 9 years Romans will be getting upper hand, and they will be conquering the Persians. Actually, this is an interesting story. Allah Jalla Jalaluhu is helping Mu'mins become victorious. During some period of time, Mu'mins, they got really very few people and not much to do anything. But during that period of time, there were two main big empires, the Roman, especially the East Roman empires, and Persian empires. And they were fighting with each other. And Islam was trying to get into the hearts of people, and there were many people believing at that time, but Allah Jalla Jalaluhu actually completely exhausted both Romans and Persians during these wars. And around 600-ish something, both Romans and Persians culturally, morally, monetarily, totally collapsed. And when the Mu'mins started getting more and more power, despite the fact that they didn't have big armies like Romans and Persians, with a small army, Mu'mins were able to defeat Persians completely and end the Persian Empire. Normally, this would be impossible. So what we understand from here is Allah is the one who will give victory to Mu'min, and He will do in such a way that they should not do much. Because if you are doing things for the cause of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, just because Allah wanted you to do, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu will help you in such a way that will be totally surprised. Here means they will never be able to both conquer Romans or Persians. They were big empires. But Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, each of them actually were fighting each other, and they were totally exhausted with monetarily, morally, and the final fist actually done by Mu'mins to end the Persian Empire. That's the thing I guess we should get from the start of this surah. Allah will definitely help the Mu'min and give them victory, and Mu'mins will be the one who has the victory at the end.